Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you tuning in. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I built my lead list for a campaign that got a 22% positive reply rate. So, why your lead list is everything. Most people blame their copy when their cold email campaign fails, but 9 times out of 10, the real problem is the list. If you're sending to the wrong people, it doesn't matter how good your emails are, you're talking to no one. The campaign that got me a 22% positive reply rate started with a very specific, very tight lead list, and this is exactly how I built it. Now, this doc is part of an ongoing series where I'm documenting my cold email campaigns in real time. If you haven't watched the first 2 videos in this series, I recommend you go and watch those first, and the companion docs are linked in the descriptions of those respective videos. So, step 1, define the niche before you touch Apollo. Before you even open Apollo, you need to know exactly who you're targeting. Not some broad category, but a specific slice. So for my campaign, I targeted staffing and recruitment firms with a company size of 1 to 20 in the US, and I was targeting decision makers, so founders, owners, directors, CEOs, and managing directors. The reason why I chose 1 to 20 employees is that at this size, the founder is almost always the decision maker. You're not fighting through layers of procurement. The person who reads your email can say yes on the spot. Small staffing firms also have a very clear pain point. They need a consistent flow of hiring managers to pitch their candidates to, and that's a problem I could speak to directly. The tighter the niche, the more your email sounds like it was written for that specific person rather than blasted to thousands. If your email could have been sent to anyone, it probably should have been sent to no one. Now for step 2, build the list in Apollo. Now this is the implementation step, so you want to take all the filters you've just planned out in step 1, and now this is where we apply them. Now I've also added email status into this as well. The email status filter is very important, and I only export verified emails. Anything outside of verified risks increasing your bounce rate, which will absolutely tank your sender reputation. Once the filters are all set, just export the list as a CSV, and that CSV goes directly into Clay. We never want to just export a raw list from Apollo into Smartly just because we add some more filters, which I'll explain more about in step 3. Step 3, refine the list in Clay. This is the step most people skip, and it's a big mistake. Apollo is a great starting point, but it's not a finished lead list. Before uploading anything to SmartLead, I always export the CSV through Clay to clean and qualify it properly. And these are the main 3 things I do inside of Clay. So the first one is a company name cleaner. I run a column that strips legal suffixes from company names such as Pty Ltd in Australia or LLC in the US, and anything similar to that. Now this matters because your email copy references the company name as a variable. So if you say, hey John, I came across Acme Recruiting Pty Ltd, it looks pretty crap and looks like a template. Whereas if you just say Acme Recruiting, it sounds normal and no one bats an eye. Email validation via zero bounce. Even though I only export verified emails from Apollo, I run a second validation pass through zero bounce inside of Clay. Apollo's data is not always current, and a second check gives you an extra layer of protection against bounces before a single email even goes out. And last but not least, I also run an ICP confirmation agent. I also run an AI agent in Clay that visits each company's website and confirms whether they are actually a staffing and recruitment firm. Now this catches companies that slip through Apollo's filters but don't actually match your ICP, so things like HR software companies, job boards, and consultancies that use recruiting language that don't offer staffing services to clients. Anything that comes back as a no gets removed from the list before we export it. The list that goes into SmartLead is not the raw Apollo export. It has been cleaned, validated, and confirmed. This is a big part of why the campaign performed the way it did. Now step 4 is spot checking contacts on LinkedIn. The Clay agent confirms whether the company is a legitimate staffing firm. LinkedIn serves a different purpose. It is where you verify whether the individual contact is still in the right role. Now usually Apollo data can go stale, but people change jobs, get promoted, or leave companies. The ICP agent can confirm the company is correct, but it can't tell you whether or not the specific person you are emailing still works there. I spot check a sample of the list on LinkedIn before uploading. Obviously, I'm not checking every contact. At that scale, it's just not reasonable. But checking a sample gives you a feel for the data quality. If too many people have moved on, you should go back and tighten your Apollo filters. So what to check? Is the contact still at the company? And does their current title match what Apollo has listed them as? The Clay agent checks the company and LinkedIn checks the person. Both matter. So from there, export from Clay and upload your CSV to SmartLead. So once you have run all of the Clay columns, filter your table to only show when zero bounce returns a valid email, the ICP agent returns yes, and the first name and company fields are populated. Export that filtered list as a CSV. Everything is now clean because Clay handled all of that, and that CSV goes straight into SmartLead. So what this means for you: the list is not the boring part of cold email, it is the most important part. Get this wrong and nothing else matters. Pick a niche tight enough that you can speak their language. Put verified contacts from Apollo, spot check on LinkedIn, and clean the CSV before you upload it. And that's the whole process. So I'm documenting everything in real time here on my YouTube channel, the builds, the campaigns, and the results. If you have any questions about what we covered today, please leave it in the description. I'd be happy to get back to you. And if you have any other videos you'd like me to make, please leave them in the comments as well. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.